I've now held the American Express Platinum card for 3 years, and it's become a little bit of a tradition that at the end of each year I make a video detailing what benefits of the card I used and how much money they saved me. Because the Amex Platinum carries an annual fee of £650, which makes it the most expensive credit card in the UK, and it can be tough to figure out whether or not this is the right product for you. So in these videos I try to provide a real-world perspective of someone who's actively using the card and its benefits. So with that, welcome to the 2025 version of this recap. And let's start at the basics here. The Amex Platinum is a reward credit card, so you get 1 membership reward point for every pound that you spend on it, and then this doubles to 2 points per pound for anything that you spend on the Amex travel website. And to be honest, this is a very low earning rate for such an expensive card. And in this area, Amex Platinum lags behind other cards such as the Amex Gold or the British Airways Premium Plus or the HSBC Premier Credit Card, all of which earn at least 50% more. However, despite these shortcomings, there is one thing in the rewards department that the Platinum card does very, very well. It consistently offers the highest welcome bonuses that I can think of when comparing to any other UK credit card. For example, at the moment you can get a bonus of 100,000 membership reward points when you refer to the Platinum card by an existing Amex customer and if you are approved by January 14th, 2025. This bonus is conservatively worth at least £500, which means it almost covers the annual fee for the first year. And going back to my experience with the card, obviously, I did not get a welcome bonus because I'm an existing customer, but Amex did give me 2 decent chunks of points over the course of 2024, and while they definitely made the card more valuable to me, I'm gonna talk about these at the end of the video because in my eyes, these points bonuses that I got are not part of the guaranteed and core benefits of the card. And speaking of the core benefits of the card, one of the biggest draws of the Amex Platinum for a lot of people is the complimentary airport lounge access. And again, there are plenty of other credit cards that are gonna give you unlimited lounge access via Priority Pass, but in my opinion, the Amex Platinum blows them out of the water for several reasons. Firstly, when it comes to Priority Pass, not only do you get lounge access by yourself, you can also bring one guest, and then you can give one supplementary Platinum card to a family member or a friend, and they can also bring in one guest, which means that a total of 4 people can enjoy complimentary lounge access from just one Platinum card. And for me, in 2024, we've used a total of 11 Priority Pass entries between me and my wife and sometimes bringing in guests. I'm gonna value each entry at £15 because that's roughly how much I would spend at an airport on food and drinks if I didn't have the lounge access. So this works out to £165 that I saved in 2024 thanks to the Priority Pass membership. On top of Priority Pass, the Amex Platinum also gives you access to Delta Sky Clubs in the US, which I only used once for additional value of £15. There is also access to Eurostar lounges in London, Paris, and Brussels. And finally, my personal favorite are the Centurion lounges, which are run by Amex themselves. I do find this to be consistently higher quality than, say, a Priority Pass lounge. So I'm gonna value an entry into the Centurion lounge a little bit higher at £20, and I used this 3 times last year for a value of £60. So it looks like the total I saved last year thanks to the lounge access is £240, which kind of takes us 40% there towards getting back the annual fee of £650. But moving on, another major source of value for the Platinum card are the dining credits, where you basically get £400 of credits that you can spend at select domestic and international restaurants, and this is split into 4 installments, 2 of which unlock in the first 6 months of the year and then the other 2 in the second 6 months of the year. But for me in 2024, the structure of this benefit was slightly different, where you used to get £300 on dining and then £100 to spend on shopping, specifically at Harvey Nichols, and I managed to spend most of these credits. So for dining, I made a full use of the £150 that you got on domestic restaurants, but then for the international dining, I only managed to use £50 during my trip to Mexico City. And I want to stress here that for the international dining, the coverage is kind of uneven, which means that in some countries you will have restaurants that participate in the program, but in others you won't. So do make sure to check out countries and cities where the restaurants are present before making a decision to get this card. But in total, I did get £200 of value out of the dining benefit. And then there is the £100 that you used to get to shop at Harvey Nichols. I managed to make a full use of it, but since I consider Harvey Nichols to be an overpriced store and normally I wouldn't really shop there, I'm going to divide the value of this benefit by 2, and the total value I got of the credits provided by the Platinum card is going to be £250. Alright, having covered 2 major benefits of the card, my total saving so far is a little bit under £500, so we're getting very close to making that annual fee back. But what we actually want is not to just make back the annual fee, but get significantly more value out of the card than what we paid for it. And will I be able to do that? Well, let's see. Next, the Platinum card has a couple of hotel-related benefits. First of all, when you book a hotel stay through their own travel portal, at a property that is part of Amex's Fine Hotels and Resorts collection, you're gonna get some pretty nice perks during your stay. A $100 credit to spend on hotel services during your stay, a 4 p.m. late checkout, and a complimentary breakfast for 2 for every night of your stay. And then, subject to availability, there is also 1 category room upgrade and an early check-in at noon. And I actually think that this set of benefits is on par or even better than what you get as a top-tier member of a hotel loyalty program, which normally would require you to spend tens of nights at a specific hotel chain in a year to attain. And my personal favorite is, if I had to pick just one FHR benefit, I would definitely vote for the 4 p.m. late checkout, because on many occasions it's almost as good as having booked an additional night at the hotel, for example in cases where your flight leaves late in the evening. But the downside of all of this is that the FHR properties are usually quite upscale hotels, so staying at them is going to be quite expensive already, which means that this benefit mostly makes sense if you already stay at that kind of hotels. But don't get me wrong, like with anything else, there are always good deals to be had if you look for them. For example, I in 2024 had 3 amazing stays at FHR hotels, one of which I booked on the book 3 nights, get the 4th night free deal, which brought the nightly price to £200. And on top of all this, we still got the 4 p.m. checkout, the 100 USD credit, the free breakfast, the upgrade. So I think altogether that was an amazing deal, and I generally consider the FHR benefit of the Platinum card to be quite valuable if you are willing to pay a little bit more for a nicer hotel. And in terms of valuing this benefit in real money, first of all, there is the 100 US dollar credit, which is roughly equal to £75. And then there is the free breakfast for 2 people, plus the 4 p.m. checkout. So I think I'm gonna round it up to £100 of value per each FHR stay. This is still quite conservative. If you compare it to Amex, who on their website, I think they claim that one FHR stay delivers around $400 or pounds in value, which seems a little bit ridiculous, but I'm very comfortable with the £100 valuation. So across 3 stays, that works out to £300 in value that I got out of FHR in 2024. And then the other hotel-related benefit that the Amex Platinum gives you is the mid-tier status with Radisson, Hilton, and Marriott. The most valuable out of the 3, in my opinion, is the Hilton Gold, because it gives you complimentary breakfast for 2 on every night of your stay, and also gives you access to the 5th night free perk on rewards bookings. And I used to assign a lot of value to the Hilton Gold benefit of the Platinum card in my previous reviews in 2022 and 2023, because I generally stay quite a lot of nights at Hilton, but not many enough to gain my own gold status. However, this year I got a Hilton Diamond status through my employer, which rendered this specific benefit of the Platinum card useless. So that means in total I saved £300 thanks to the various hotel benefits of the Platinum card in 2024. Now, before we try to draw some conclusions out of all of this, the final major travel-related benefit of the Platinum card is the travel insurance. Basically, you get a very comprehensive travel insurance package that covers medical issues, travel delays, luggage being lost, flights being missed, etc. for yourself, your dependents, and then the supplementary card holder gets the same, so themselves and their dependents. So I would say the Platinum travel insurance allows you to feel quite confident during your trip, and this can be very valuable if you travel frequently and you would have paid for your own travel insurance anyway. And in the past, in my 2022 review, I assigned quite a high value to this benefit and even told a story about how I had to use the travel insurance because me and my wife got COVID during a trip to Spain. But then in 2023, I discovered that I already have travel insurance through my employer that even covers personal trips. So that rendered the Platinum insurance benefit useless. However, the Platinum travel insurance also includes car hire, which means you don't have to pay for the full damage waiver when renting a car, because if anything is to happen, the Platinum card insurance will cover your out-of-pocket expenses. And in 2024, I got a UK driving license and I started renting cars on vacation, and normally I would pay for the full damage waiver, but with the Platinum card, knowing that I'm covered, I didn't have to. So that's another £50 that we can add to our total savings figure. So how much have we got so far? If my calculations are correct, we are at £840, which means we made the whole annual fee back, and then I saved an additional £200. And this doesn't yet include the additional points bonuses that I got from Amex through the course of 2024, and we are gonna get to those in a minute. But in the meantime, if we just look at this £840 figure, it shows us that I'm still making enough value out of the Platinum card to justify having it. but compared to the previous years, it's becoming harder and harder, mainly because I'm starting to get more of the benefits that the Platinum card provides through other channels, like the lounge access, which I get from the BA status, or the travel insurance, or now the Hilton Diamond that I got through my employer. But on the other hand, I'm starting to rely a little bit more on things like the Fine Hotels and Resorts collection than I used to in the previous years. So my usage pattern of the Platinum card is kind of changing, but I think I'm still at a place where I'm comfortable paying for this card, because in addition to the specific benefits that I've used, it's also given me general flexibility where I know that at any time I can go into an airport lounge and bring up to 3 people with me, and then if my employer changes anything about the insurance policies, I'm still very well covered by the Platinum card. And this is actually the thing with the Amex Platinum. It is a package offering. If you're only interested in one of those things, let's say you just want the lounge access because maybe you fly economy class quite a lot and you just want to make your airport experience a little bit better, then there are other cards that will give you specifically lounge access for a lot less money. And the Platinum card makes the most sense when you're interested in the whole package in general. But now let's talk about the membership reward points bonuses that I got. One of them is quite straightforward. It was just a retention bonus. Basically, at the end of each of your membership years with the Platinum card or any other Amex card, you can ask American Express for a retention bonus, which is basically a chunk of points that they give you in the hopes of preventing you from canceling the card, because they want you obviously to keep paying the fee. So in 2024, they offered me a retention bonus of 35,000 membership reward points, which I gladly accepted. And this bonus is conservatively worth £175, which takes the total value of the benefits I got from the card to be over £1,000, which is quite nice. And then the second chunk of points I got was due to a referral promotion at some point in the summer of 2024, where you refer a new customer to Amex, and then on your Platinum card, you get 3 additional membership reward points per every pound spent for the next 3 months, up to 45,000 membership reward points. I managed to refer someone in that window, and then I maxed out the offer, so I got the full 45,000 membership reward points, which are conservatively worth £225. So I could add that amount to the total savings from the Platinum card, but I'm not gonna do that because it's a one-off promotion. Maybe Amex will have it again, maybe they won't, you never know. So it's not a consistent guaranteed benefit. And finally, as one last note, after 3 years with a Platinum card, have I actually considered closing it and going for another card instead? Well, of course I have. For example, the Amex Business Platinum card, which lately got a lot more generous with welcome bonuses, or Revolut Ultra, which has been evolving over the past few years. And actually there is a video coming up with a comparison of the Amex Platinum versus Revolut Ultra. So do consider subscribing to the channel to not miss that video. And in the meantime, if you're not sure that the Platinum card is for you, it also has a lower tier version, which is the American Express Gold card, which I review in detail here. And thank you so much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.